No surprise here for a guy, I guess should be a surprise, that's made maybe $1 billion in his career. Ring Magazine article I'm reading right now through Twitter. Clark County prosecutors have filed felony charges against Floyd Mayweather after he allegedly wrote a $200,000 check, which later bounced. Mayweather faces theft valuing $100,000 or greater charge, along with a charge for passing a bad check with intent to defraud, both stemming from a December, Jeff, 2020, not 2025, 2024 purchase at a luxury boutique out there in Vegas.
Yeah, I think I read he was trying to buy an AP, a
Yes, he
watch.
did. Correct. Yep.
Yeah, I'm much quicker in a story like this to really say to ourselves, I think we've got to let this play out. Look, Floyd Mayweather, I don't think Floyd Mayweather like goes and accesses his Wells Fargo account. I think he has people that do that stuff for him. I think this was probably just as simple like the money was supposed to be transferred. I assumed it was there and it wasn't. The bad check thing is always interesting because I think when it comes to a rich person, I think you always have an out to just say like, I didn't know the money wasn't there. Like people handle that for me and just play stupid. Now, Donnie, if I'm some, guy that makes $400 a week and I'm writing checks for thousands of dollars on closed accounts, like then yeah, I should probably get in trouble for writing
Here's
bad
the
checks.
thing,
But
Jeff. Yeah. Here's the thing, though, I want to ask you, because I would agree at this point, like, hey, man, who didn't pay my, American Express Black Card the last month, and why is it getting declined? I'm good for it. Understand this, too. He does have a history with this, certain jeweler, which probably bought a lot, which means you get extended a lot at that point. But here's the issue I have, though. Like, if you write a check and it bounces, and that jeweler calls you up, like, next Friday, hey, man, that's 200 grand. It didn't cash. What gives? Hey, my management team, what's the deal here? I'm coming over right now with my credit card to handle that. Jeff, this has been going on since December of 2024 that this bill has not been paid. That's where I say to myself, what's going on? Because this article isn't written from last week like this happened. I'm trying to get out from it. We're talking well over a year where this 200 grand hasn't been paid. And his lawyers are saying to us, well, it'll all be worked out. What? You don't pay somebody 200 grand for over a year because you bounced the check. You should clear that up right away. Why are we still talking about this then if this was December 2024, year and a half?
I think one thing that I've always been fascinated about with Floyd, and look, I've said before, I think he's one of the greatest athletes of all time. He's that defensive and that great. But
Yeah.
one of the biggest mysterious things about him over the last 10 plus years is his finances. Because we hear every other year that he's broke,
correct.
right? He's got no money. And you kind of think to yourself, like, it's got to be a wild life where he's spending a ton of money. I mean, he's, as you said, I mean, he's made hundreds of millions of dollars in his life. But then you look at like I followed Donnie, one of his girlfriends, right? I don't know if they're together anymore. They've been together recently. Beautiful woman. In fact, she's one of my top 5 women in the world right now. Just a beautiful woman. And like she'll show all the time, like Floyd bought her a brand new penthouse in Malibu, a Bentley, and then like they just break up and like she's not going to give that shit back. It's like how many women has he done that for? How many kids is he? I mean, he's talked about buying a ton of real estate for his grandchildren. I think the biggest mysterious thing about him is he actually broke, or is this just like an easy story and he's not really broke and it was just a bad communication with his people? I don't know.
It's amazing to be like cash poor with that much money, but if you're buying buildings and all that stuff, your money is tied up. And as you know, like liquid funds are much different than I have $1 million in my 401k. Hey, I'm a millionaire.
That's what I think we have here. Yeah, I think that's what we have here.
But he's still fighting at this point, so he needs money. But Jeff is right. Like Mike Tyson got into a lot of trouble back in the 1980s. The stories are still around where it's like he just buys a new Bentley. Him and his boys go out for the night. And he says, you know what? Take me home and keep the car. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000. Who knows how many times he did that, regardless of how much money he made. That goes quick, man. Hey, let me buy you this Gucci bag. Let's go fly to France and we'll have dinner. I'll fly you back. I'll get you this condo here. Hundreds of $1,000s out the window. That's hard to make back up. I don't care how much money you made. And also, as Jeff points out, how many times has he done that? Like, I'll never buy a girl a car again. Well, maybe he bought 15 of them already, Jeff Bentleys, that he gave away. It's like, whoa, what's going on? And racking up all these fees. But it's a crazy story where I would be okay with it if it didn't take a year and a half and we're still talking about it. That's all.
Floyd Mayweather gifting a Bentley to a woman is the same thought of like when I'm at the shore, Donnie, every morning I go to First and Atlantic, Baronatos, and I get myself a coffee. Okay, coffee's $2.25. I hand them $3 and say, just keep it. Put it in the tip machine thing,
Big spender.
that's like kind of the level of what we're talking about here. And you're 100% right. I think when you're like a Floyd Mayweather, you just assume that like the money will never run out, right?
Correct.
And as you alluded to, I don't think people realize like being liquid is a lot different from. So like if a guy makes 20 million a year, like a Terry Rozier, like how much is that in real estate? Like how much is he buying? Like he's got to pay bills, he's got to pay his agent.
Yeah, investment
Like
accounts.
yeah, right. So it's like you don't necessarily have that in your bank account, I guess. But I'm always going to believe that, like, I think the Floyd Mayweather being broke stuff is like just untrue. I just think he's cash poor. That's what I think.
And the one thing is true. Like Floyd Mayweather, not a scholar by any means. And even some of the smartest people, Jeff, you see it every day. Like Baker Mayfield had money stolen from him. I don't think Baker's a stupid guy. Floyd is a very good business guy, but you have a team watching your money. You know what happens first, Jeff? Boy, Floyd just got wired in 75 million. Yep, some's supposed to go here, some's supposed to go. Let me just set a few $100,000 for myself and just mark it as like miscellaneous and nobody will ever see it. Well, you do that over 20 years and all of a sudden, like, wait a second. Why am I trying to pay bills here with all that? Well, Floyd, your money, where did my money go exactly? Oh, it's the same way. Like Mike Tyson was making so much money. Don King was stealing left and right. But Jeff, while he was fighting, there was so much money that nobody could track it. Then Tyson starts to hit some rough times and he's going to jail. Like, okay, give me my money. There's none there. They're stealing from him left and right, his team. No doubt about it.
Of course, because he's so opulent that you'd have to figure someone's stealing from him.
Oh, he's not going to miss it. Flights, jets. Yeah.
This all goes to Floyd in terms of like, Donnie, he's 49 years old. He's not 19. He's not 29. Like I look at a guy like Allen Iverson. I think we have to talk enough about like the way, if you look at him now, like we've all heard of the Reebok deal that he has where like they've kept the money for him because in the end, like he's done the right things. Like, yeah, he's had occasional times where he spent a little too much money, but he's kind of grown up eventually. And it's like, about at what point are you going to grow up? I always tell anyone out there that wants to watch a good TV show about this. I don't love like the later seasons, but like the first 3 seasons, Ballers was a great show, man.
I love Ballers.
On HBO. Yeah. Like the first 3 seasons, it was very like agent player driven where, you know, Spencer Strasmore was involved with like being in the finance world and like
The Rock.
protecting money. Like I thought the show was really good the first couple of years and they showed that really well.